way. Let's see. For instance, that is the sun coming up right there. All right, so we have the sun coming up right now, and looking at it through this angle. Right here, we'll viewing it that way, you can see a little bit better. Let's see. Focusing on the tree. Okay. That looks kind of like a trippy scene right there. Okay. Sometimes you can see the sky better, and other times you don't see the sky as well because it looks more like a nuclear blast or something because we're directly at this, aiming it at the sun. Well, that direction you can see the sky better. Yeah. Hello, JX. It's great to see you. I'm doing good. It has been very stormy recently, and have not been able to do the regular garden lives that I usually do. And right now it's sunny and there's nothing going on, so it's very windy though. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Had an interesting night of looking over things for the channel, etc. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. So yeah, so that is the sunrise. Okay, and then we have this way some plants. Now, some of these plants are put here for ornamental purposes. Other plants are here because, well, all these plants are for ornamental purposes, and they're just getting bigger because of the rain, which is good. But there's also an issue with, lots of grass because of the, storms that happen. But a good thing about it is that there is lots of plants that got lots of rain, right? So when you have plants that get lots of rain, they get bigger, and way, way bigger than they were last time we came here, which is good. Okay. And we can see the sun touching the trees right here, which is really cool. So yeah, it's the sun hitting the trees. Because I could show you, obviously we see the sunrise, and this is just to kind of give you, because when we're directly in the sun, you can't always see like the effect it has. Okay, I knew you probably wouldn't recognize me. I was modded on my other account, but I recently made this one. I figured you're something. I figured you're somebody that was here or is here. Your name reminds you of AJ, but welcome, anonymous mod to the chat, JX. Okay, and hello, Bets. Okay, now looking at some more over here. But yeah, these are those flowers that we have here, and it looks like they're just living their life cycle and eventually will fade out for the season, but some of them are still here, and we have some of these other kind. Okay. Okay, you are Tony the Great, aka Tone, aka the Great. Oh, okay, interesting. I have so many different people on here. I don't always pinpoint every single thing with my Timu memory. So, okay, that's interesting. And your account name you have now is much shorter and interesting to read. Oh, hello there, humans. Welcome to the stream. I'm not live 24/7, but I'm pretty much nearly live pretty much nearly 24 hours. Sometimes I'm live 25 hours. So in a way, it's actually 25 hours instead of 24. But in a way, yes, sort of. I'm live all day and all night. But this time I've not been as live as frequently because of the weather. Now these are broccoli, although that other broccoli plant looks like some of its leaves have been pretty much eaten up. Oh, hello, Ahmed. Welcome to the stream. Although one of those leaves looks eaten up because of the different bugs that are around, because of the rain, the inner part where the broccoli grows is still fine, and I need to put a covering over that so it doesn't keep on eating the leaves, but it's not really a big deal. Anyway, so... Oh, okay, interesting, humans. Interesting. Well, yeah, you're definitely going to see a lot of these live streams because, yeah, I'm pretty much live all the time. Yeah, because I'm going to do trial live streams later, too. I remember you, Ahmed. We've had some interesting conversations on the show. Yes, I know you. And Human says, do you get white bugs eating your greens? I don't get white bugs. Okay, one time I got white bugs before, and I got water and soap, and I got rid of them. The ones in those broccoli plants are just snails. But the part where the broccoli part grows is still okay. Yeah. This is a big pumpkin plant. It's gotten pretty big since the last time we saw it, along with all the rest of the grass, because it does need to be cut. Although the rest of the regular plants are doing really well because of the weather, but the other plants need to be trimmed a little bit. But some plants are just there for ornamental purposes. So, combination of things. One time when I was weeding out these elephant ear plants, oh, hello there, Jojo. Welcome to the stream. One time a very nice wasp stung me in the finger. I mean, when I was trying to pull these out one night, and I thought a spider bit me, but it was actually a wasp. And yes, it'll be fun, definitely. It will definitely be fun indeed. And I think with the seasons that we have, they will come out very well. Because, harvest season is one of my favorite. Now, sometimes harvest season comes sooner than later over here. I do not have that, humans. Oh, hello, Saw Girl. Good morning. I do have that. I do, I guess, yes. Okay, so humans, this is something similar to that. That plant you're talking about. This is specifically called taro. That's what this specifically. But yes, I do grow things like that here. Philodendrons. Yeah. I don't know if I said that right, but I've not really heard that term before. But I know what you're talking about because I don't get around as much. Oh, I accidentally made you a mod. I'm scared. Okay. I have a habit of doing that on this channel. We'll see how you do. I'm scared. And also, so yeah, we're kind of doing this thing of weeding out some of these plants. And now these right here are good plants in different areas, but this area they'll cause problems because they'll take up all the soil and make it not that easy for things to grow. Yes, Jojo. Yes, correct. Yeah, so, and they usually just grow out from the vines. Because I know, or because everybody might be like, there's these plants, orchard trees. Speaking of orchards, I am going to grow those. I don't have them yet, but I am going to grow those. Yes, the orchard trees. I don't have them just yet, though. Now, they grow through the vines. That's what they do all the time. These plants, they grow through vines, and they're here. So it's normal from the grow through the vines, but I kind of weed them out, though, get the things off of the plant so they don't strangle them. I don't always get them every single time correctly, but I get them most of the time. Thank you, Saw. So kinds of different things that lurk within here, so we hopefully don't necessarily encounter anything strange. Yeah, but we're going to take these down, and when snapping this thing makes it simple to get rid of it. Okay, and yes, absolutely. I grow the vegetables. These are ornamental plants, but I do grow the vegetables. Those are very green right there. So yeah, I grow kinds of vegetables, and I I put them in dishes and salads and stuff. Yeah, it's fun. Spinach is one of my favorites. Okay, and look at that. That's a caterpillar that will sting me silly if I touch it. I'd say there's all kinds of things in here. Okay. Yes, exactly, Jojo. Very true. Sauce says, "What kind of dressing do you put on your garden salad?" I use lemon juice and spices on my salads. Okay, I use a combination of things. Yes, humans, it's invasive. Yeah. Yeah, so I like using ranch, and I like using a certain type of ranch also that has a ghost pepper in it, and the poppy seed dressing. I like putting olive oil in it and some hot sauce and black pepper. I make it look like a restaurant type food. Okay. So these are doing pretty good. Over here. Now migrating this way. Hello, Mace. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. It's been raining a lot where I am, and finally, it's a weather that people can walk around in. This is okra. Okay, so, and I've shown this before, but it's getting much bigger. Oh, it's raining in the UK. Okay, yeah, and yeah, it was just raining where I was. It must have went over where you are. Right, and right here we have, they're getting big, and let's see the little buds that they're going to produce. It's going to produce a flower. Oh, it's stormy in Florida. Yeah, it was just stormy here all last night. Now it's not stormy anymore. And I am going to grow some spinach soon, but for right now, we have these. Now, here's my tomatoes. Looking very good, tasty. And got these smaller ones that are growing. We got different ones over here, although they're just real small right now, and they're going to be coming up. But those are the two bigger ones right now. And they got this big thing right here that needs to be taken care of. A little bit too big right here. This thing's falling over. Right here, I got to take care of that, definitely. Okay. And right here is those are some floral plants that are good for gardens. Same thing right there. They're just kind of hiding within the different plants here. All right, so let's see what's going on over here. All right, just gonna flatten this down some more. Okay, we have marine layer last week, so not much happened with our weather here in South California. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Thank you for the update. We got a nice big thing right here. Okay. Oh God, this is good. This would be good for something. It's like a stake you put in the ground. It's good. There we go. You see, that's a nice big stick right here. Yeah, everything's all good. Hopefully, everything's good with you too. Yeah, so this is a very nice big from those giant ragweeds we grow. And, this can be used for all kinds of things. It's been outside for a long time. So it's a little bit weaker than if it was kept inside somewhere and it would have been red and very hard as a rock. But it can be still used for something. Oh, yes, yes, it has indeed. Okay. It's much more lush and fed. This is nice and huge. It's the biggest fishing pole on earth. Hello, RO. Welcome. Okay, like this thing can be like used as a staff or to conk a Timu troll in the head or something. Not that I'm advocating any kind of violence, but it's something like prehistoric looking. Okay, so it's going to go over this area, see what it could be used for. Okay, so just kind of, okay, and it could just kind of chill over there. Those are getting big. Yes, very lush. The Lord has blessed me with this very much. And yeah, and you see, that's a tomato plant right there. There's more of them in here. Let's see. Oh, that doesn't seem to be here. Okay. More things in here. All right, so that is cool. Yes, that's a caveman stick. Yes, live long and prosper to you too, Mace. Okay, and we have some exotic flowers right here. We have some red vine that's kind of lurking right there. Okay, so over here. Yeah, so these are the pumpkin and other plants, and the squash and stuff. Okay, and we have looking at the elderberry trees. And last time we were here, a lot of them are producing more berries. It seems, and these have gotten huge, really huge. So it's a little mini jungle. And we got those, and yeah, the berries are starting to form. Although they're green right now, they're going to get more, purple looking over time. Yes, much more luscious looking than it did originally. Also, some more this way. So, yeah, the rain definitely helped out the garden a lot. Definitely did. All right, so now we're going to explore some more of it. There's lots of dragonflies flying all over the place right now. So it seems like a dragonfly festival is happening. Interesting. And right there is a flower right there, the purple kind. Okay. Let's go this way. It was nice seeing the sun earlier because it was the green light to do this. So there we go. There's the sun on our nice morning. Yeah, it has been a while since the sun has been out. Every single day has been raining. Yeah, it's the the sun is high up, and we can see how the light of the sun is going to definitely nurture the plants and the different vegetables, things that are growing. And the next thing I'm going to be into is going to be getting those nice uh, spinach plants, because I remember I grew them a couple. I mean, I've grown spinach every winter, but I have some other variation I have not grown in a while that I'll start growing again. Looking forward to that. And the rest of the plants, they're just on their way of ripening and producing different plants, which is pretty cool. Right now, watching the sun going through the trees, which is part of the Garden Live experience. Scared. Have some nice birds. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so last night was stormy, and then as I got up, I mean, I was actually up the whole time. I never went to bed. I was up the whole time. But whenever I was up, since the nighttime, when the morning came, I saw how the sun was coming in the window. I'm like, okay, that's a good sign. And yeah, so glad we came out. Now there is an interesting. We talk about cryptids and stuff a lot in the show, and there is an interesting plant that's like a cryptid called the mandrake. And the mandrake is this type of you know plant. It's a root that resembles a human, and that is a cool thing about it. Because in according to the Bible, I think the Bible and mythologies and stuff, there was instances of the mandrakes, talking. I believe they're in the Bible. I'm not really too sure if they are, but so yeah, they're roots that are shaped like humans, and allegedly they'll holler, but they've been more quiet in recent times. Okay, and now the dark clouds are covering the sun. Scared. Okay, now the sun's coming back out. Oh, that's good. Okay, and now since that is doing its thing, the clouds are gonna go this way. Okay, and there is the sunlight from the sun peeking back from the clouds. So it looks like a spectacle of different clouds rummaging together with with dark clouds kind of trying to cover the sun. The sun kind of comes back out. That is something that it does. Oh, I like the wind chimes. Yeah, so with the wind chimes, they really just do enchanting things of the garden. I mean, it really does. It adds a really nice comical effect. Now you see these clouds are just all over the place. They're just up there, down there, all over the whole entire sky. They're all trying to take up the sun's space. But eventually the sun always just shines through. You know, that is the most fascinating thing about it, is that it just never stops shining its light. So it's going to be a combination of different clouds that are going to be taking up the sky right now. But that is something interesting, that the clouds are going to have to fight the sun over. They'll be coming in and out. And this is a courageous pumpkin plant that is just keeps on growing very large. This thing is pretty cool. And we have some more luscious scenery. And then we're going to be pulling out this way. Put that there. All right, so we have that in that pile, so it won't completely mess up everything, and it could just do what it has to do. A lot of times with the plants, there's other plants that try to grow along with these plants, and usually they could be weeded out. That's something that does work, and they just kind of grow on their way. Now, interestingly, the other ones are not as big as this one. It must be the way I planted the seeds to make them the way they are. Interesting experiment. So now going this way, you can see the sunlight hitting the trees, which is really cool. Yeah. And now back to the sun because the sun has returned. Okay, so the sun with its blazing glory. All right, it's the golden hue it has on the sky right now is going. It has defeated the other clouds for now, which is positive. And I spoke too soon because it's now going back again. I'm still hearing significant amount of crickets, which is pretty nice to hear in the background. It's almost like a camp setting. Big cloud right here. There, and there's a seagull. You know, seagulls make a lot of noise, and there's water bodies around here, so that's why there's seagulls. But now the thing with the seagull is that it makes a lot of noise. It serves a good purpose, but it's a little bit out of place. It feels, but it's also interesting. Yeah, they have a very unique calling signal. Okay. A lot of times you can see shapes within different clouds. Humans seem to be programmed to see shapes and different things like that. Maybe there's some conspiracy theories that would support that maybe there is really something being trying to be formulated or articulated. But a lot of times it is something that looks like something else. The cloud that looks like something else. And you know what, chat? I had the chat log. I wasn't. My chat thing wasn't updating exactly. So that's why I didn't see everybody. So I see the chat. Hello, Grace. Hello, Chris. Hello, Pash. And bouncing around channels regarding Chow verdict. I'm shocked at the public reaction to it, honestly. Okay, thank you, Pash, for your take on it. Anyone else find it weird that the government is now releasing UAP files on the Sutton, feeling so giving the creeps? Let's see. Suddenly feeling that kind of give. Okay. Anyone find it weird that the government is now releasing the UAP UFO files? Yeah, it definitely was long overdue. It is definitely disturbing. I left the sun in perfect working condition when I left my horizon. Oh, that's good. That's good. Thank you for keeping it in good condition for us. Hello, Lori. Good to see you. Hello, Passion. Yes, I agree that the Chow verdict is cringe. Although he was overcharged, but I'm disappointed. It's an unfortunate situation with that. Yeah. Carmelo trial starts today. They're streaming it maybe after we could watch Carmelo if that idea is not sure. I don't mind streaming that. I thought they weren't streaming it, but they do. I like to stream it. That's fine. Oh, I didn't know that was the Jewish style of peace. I didn't know that. Okay, and violence knowing is not bad. Martial arts is the something to protect what must be done and good work. Okay, thank you. I'm caught up with everybody now. Okay. Yes, aliens have a cloud watching hobby. Yes. Saw says it's disgusting, really, truly disgusting. Cyrus didn't deserve that over a bottle of water. I'm outraged. Definitely. Yeah. As I said, the reason why I wasn't responding to people earlier was because the chat log was just not moving. So I didn't know why it wasn't moving. So anyway, I'm caught up with everybody now. So hello everybody that's here. Reality, disgusting, and let's see. I was doing some groundbreaking research. Oh, that's good. Okay, probably isn't even our universe anymore. CERN opened up Pandora's box. Okay. Oh, okay, interesting. All right. So, yeah, Duke's pick is really cool. I almost feel like the government might be preparing us for an event, possibly trying to desensitize us. Oh yeah, it's definitely possible they're trying to desensitize us. Yes. Steven Spielberg also is releasing his movie called Revelations about alien phenomena. Yeah, I do think he knows something about them. Yeah, definitely, Grace. Yeah, it's back. It was just for a second. Thank you, Lori. It's like the weather might be getting bad again. Okay. By the way, thanks everybody for commenting and being here. Even if I don't see everybody's comments, I appreciate it. All right. Also, making another hepatitis about San Andreas fault. Big one. Oh, okay. Another prediction about it. Okay. Yeah, that's allegedly goes pretty bad whenever it erupts. Yeah. That is funny, Duke. Very interesting. Saw says I'm eating blueberry Pop Tarts with coffee and Jim Beam. Oh, it's found. Yeah, that sounds very delicious. Very good. It's also very windy. And yeah, so that sounds like a very good to have. Okay. And yeah, I think CERN has pretty much corrupted the the world and put us probably in an alternate universe or merged us with another parallel universe at some point. Yeah, I do believe that. And Duke says he's smoking his breakfast. Hilarious. Yeah, so the weather is still stormy, but it is better than before. Oh, Lizard, he might be like that, but that type of person would be good at creating these types of movies he makes, where it helps his creativity. All right, and Chris says connecting the dots, science going missing, UFOs, the classified documents, government allegedly coming out clean, space race once again. Every point to the collapse is near. Yeah, the collapse is definitely projected in that direction. Oh yeah, amen, Lori. Amen, definitely. And Passion said, try to scroll up to get the latest chat, and I ended up in another country cooking pasta. YouTube Shorts experience. Hilarious, hilarious. Yeah. Here's the flowers from another angle. They look pretty good. All right. So we have this right here. Let's see. Yeah, we have very nice, and those are going to make some nice yellow flowers, by the way. Yes, the scariest one is Timu Captain Sparrow. Yes, Captain Sparrow. Yes. Okay. Chris says, I also found out the scientists are coming close to finding medicine for immortality. Yeah, that would be very good to help people, the entire human race. I mean, that would be, whoever got their hands on that would be trillions. Or if they gave it for free, it would help out the all humanity. So that would be very valuable indeed. It would be interesting to see what they find with that. And Lizard says a lot of people are leaving Plato's cave or realizing the manipulation at least. Oh, understood. Understood. Yeah. Many people are waking up about these different things. Let's see here. Yeah. Good morning, Grace. Good to see you. Hello, Randy from earlier. Nice to see everybody, by the way. Here is another flower that's going to be blossoming. Okay. Really believe the governments are willing to give free medicine for curing diseases. Oh no, I don't believe they're going to ever give it for free. They're going to try to control it. If it was hypothetically given for free, it would help the humanity. I believe it's possible that a lot of diseases and stuff can be cured, but they don't always do it. The way they could be cured is because they want to make money from it. Analogy for a cure for cancer and other diseases. Yeah. Yeah. I know earlier I was like wondering why chat wasn't saying anything, but I just had the thing stuck on something. Scared. Hash says the cave is a great analogy for a compliant society. People within it content because they don't know there's a wider world. They eventually reject the idea there might be more at all. Yeah, Lizard, exactly. There'll be a very big catch, a very big price to pay. Yeah, and you're wondering why I wasn't saying anything back to y'all. Yeah. Oh yeah, passion. I do agree because all they know is the cave, and then they will know that there's more to life than just the cave, maybe, and go out of the cave. Yeah, it's a good analogy. Kind of like breaking the matrix. Finding medicine for immortality automatically is implying the modifying the DNA for better adaptation for beat all all the diseases. Yeah, Duke, with the rock, the chicken, on a giant road trip in the middle of nowhere. Yep. Yeah. And shout out to the chickens, by the way. Yeah, in chat, it looks like we are once again having teamy weather coming in. That is really cool. But not like in a like jolly jolly, but like in a regular way. Like scared. Now these plants right here will give off. They have a red inside of them. Like you see, my hand right here is kind of red. is because the plant has inside of it has some sort of red dye in it when I break them open. Yes, Chris, please do. I'll be interested to hear. Down the rabbit hole we go. I was going to ask the other day, do you collect rainwater for anything? It rains so much there. A Pash. Some people do collect the rainwater, but the natural systems we have here do it like it does it for us. Like the city does it automatically and recycles it. But yeah, we were talking about like I don't personally do it, but I could if I wanted to. Although there's a lot of mosquitoes and things that might get into it, there's ways of doing it where it would work. It can be done. Yes, it can't be chilling. Hello, Ruby. Welcome to the stream. Political lines are blurring, and people are becoming satisfied with either side. We might be at a cusp of complete collapse. Yeah, it'll be very fascinating to see how that works, how the society either collapses or not. Yeah. Hello, Brig. Welcome to the garden. And we're chilling with Claude. Have a great day, Brig. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, he's proudly chilling. It won't be like the purge, Jim. Okay, interesting to know. When Powell and Meade collapse, we'll see unpredicted suffering. Yeah, I agree. Pash says we all about rainwater collecting here. Everyone is trained to be a water hoarder, slowly run out. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you all collect all the rainwater you possibly can get. I don't know how much rainwater that exactly is, but if you get any, I'm sure y'all should keep it. Yeah. Everyone needs to grow something in their garden. The gift of plant their neighbor. Amen. Yeah. Yeah, the clodster. It could be a fire. It could be an earthquake. It could be something else entirely we're not even thinking of. Yeah, that's possible. It could be a great fire. Oh, you probably heard thunder. Yeah, it's coming in. Well, Chris, if it's a genetic program, then it hypothetically can be altered by some sort of scientific method, I would suppose. And if age will happen anyway, they probably can reverse it, but maybe not like coding a program. Maybe they could code it age to do something else. Gym afternoon. Lack of water might be it too. It might be a giant famine. Yeah. Pash says, I do believe genetic therapy could affect aging someday. Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, Chris, if it does contain that, we would have to somehow access the dormant DNA, and then we could be able to re to reenact it, to bring it back or replicate it, like the stem cells. Yes, that just like other ailments that plagued people of the past, that's something that can help us in the future. It's very, very good speculation. Okay, we got elephant ear plants right here. And we got bubbles. What a certain humans already possess natural and human allergies. Oh, they could. They could absolutely. If they have it or if it activates or certain families have it, that's the question it would be. Yeah, so I have tomatoes. I know they're not necessarily herbs, but I have okay, herbs that I do have is I have rosemary and mint. And I other plants I have is okra and tomatoes right now and some broccoli. And I have a bunch of other ornamental type plants and a bunch of also just grass from all the rain that's happened. Oh, hello, Doe. It's great to see you. Welcome to the stream. For all the Bubbles fans. If it can, okay, that would explain the grays, Chris. If it can occur under decades under extreme conditions, then you'd be able to have humans and whatever else evolve far beyond what the humans are now and become something else, maybe similar to the Greys. It would be a good asset in certain conditions. And advancements, I'd suppose, if it was necessary. Yeah. What if humans eventually designed their own descendants? That with artificial intelligence and cloning, that very well may be a reality. This area is where all the cats like to hang out and eat their food, by the way. If they design their own descendants, I mean, a lot of people will be against it because of science. They'll think to not mess with science like that or nature like that. But people could make the eye color, the hair color, the way the mind's going to be. It basically like a video game character. Create these different types of humans. If anything, it'll be similar to like an AI human. Hash says technically we already design our children by selecting our partner. In a way, yes, that's true. That's true. Lizard says we are seeing evolution and technological advances line up your timeline. Okay. And he wasn't talking about technology, he was talking about humans. Oh yeah, Lori, I understand. Many people are against it because it's like basically like an AI kid. Yeah. That's what research ultimately about immortality is making genetically modified newborns. Oh, okay, and that would cause people to be invincible, you're saying. It kind of reminds me of the Nephilim concept. Oh, you're getting sleepy. Okay. Oh, you've been up all night. Okay. Well, thank you for staying up and being with us. Yeah. Oh yeah, passion. People stay up the entire night to see the live streams, like all over the place, and I appreciate their interest in the streams. Yeah. Lori said, just because we can does not mean we should. Humans can be ignorant or arrogant. Yeah, agreed. What if physical laws can be modified? Yeah, you basically could have like a Terminator situation then, like defying. Basically, that's like magic, defying the laws, physical laws, and the science like alchemy, like the alchemists from the Middle East or from Greece or like the Mediterranean and Middle East, both groups that did alchemy. That's basically what they're trying to achieve. And with our modern technology in the future, we could basically do magic, and that would pretty much be like living in the Avengers. It'd be very dangerous though, too. I am growing the regular kind, the heirloom kind. It's I probably pronounced that wrong by the way too, but it's a large version of that. Yeah. I'm also going to be growing maybe some Creole ones at some point, but not yet. And I'm going to be growing some um what's it called? The gigantic tomato, which I've grown before. Yes, I believe that's it. Yeah. Yeah, Lizard, I admire your enthusiasm with that. Yeah. Saw says, remember the song in the year 25? You'll pick your son up, your daughter too, from the bottom long glass tube. Whoa, song in the 60s. Oh, yeah, yes. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Or he says, I mean, whether you're Christian or pagan, it is us defying a beautiful natural process, but I'm a hypocrite of genetic therapy could cure the disease. You see, it can be used for some good things too. Also, at the same time. All right, Pash says, how about fire's an example though? Some people have used it to do horrible things, but if we never embraced it, we would never be. I don't know, actually. You see, Pash, that's the concept that there's no light without dark. Exactly that. What if consciousness exists before biology? Minds may not originate from brains. Exactly. It may not originate from brains. It could originate from something else entirely we're not completely sure of. Good point, Passion. I've watched three loved ones pass from polycytic disease. It's horrible. Yeah, they're very horrible indeed. I agree. Yeah. It'd be nice if there's a way to reverse those diseases. Yeah. Chris says, what if observation actually creates reality? Consciousness would become fundamentally physics. Oh, there, like for instance, in scripture, it talks about life and death are in the tongue. Like you basically could breathe life into whatever you want. And like you could say things and they happen. So it's possible that consciousness would become fundamentally physics if observation actively creates reality, like everything we're seeing here is being created by just us, like projecting it into reality, or it being projected into us somehow. And if there's a way to manipulate that to make anything, we basically hack the matrix. And it's a very interesting concept to ponder. Facts. All right, so this is my tomato plants. I have more of them growing, but they're very small right now. They're here. They're just kind of small. Thank you. This is the okra. Yes, very happy, indeed. Yes, facts. Yes, common sense, indeed. It's not common. Over here's the pumpkin plants and the squash plants. And there's been raining every single day. These are a favorite that a lot of people like is these flowers right here. There's broccoli right there. So yeah, it is a happy garden right now. It's and we have some happy flowers coming up here. The other day, I was asking questions into another stream. The chat told me not to ask questions that I would never know the answer to it. That actually makes me feel unhappy. Well, see, Chris, they have low IQs. This is a pumpkin plant that's pretty big, by the way, and they're from Timu Sheen, and they just wear B players. They're bozos. That's what they are. Oh, that's good. That's good. I definitely believe that. I've seen them on them before. Yeah. Oh, shout out to the bald eagles. Those are my favorite eagles. That is true, Lizard. Yeah, facts, Saw. Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate appreciate chat very much. Right. That is true. I mean, that gives us, in my opinion, free will, or at least a philosophical concept to ponder, is questioning everything and questioning anything. You know, like we talk about trials on the trial stream that we do, and we talk about, that just the whole premise is based around that type of concept. We're not always going to all agree on everything, and some of us can be right, some of us can be wrong. We're not always going to be right all the time or wrong all the time. And it's important to have them because a lot of people just want to have stupid streams and do dumb things. But over here, we think differently, and that's what makes the world a better place with A players. Oh, thank you, Lori. I appreciate it. Okay, so are you talking about these dandelion-looking things right here, or the primroses? Okay, so let's just give her a flower tour. All right, flower tour. All right, these are called primroses. Yeah, remember it keeps bugs away and it's a little bit toxic too. Just keep in mind it's toxic for humans, but it was used in the old farming days. So just if you do use it, look up how to do it properly. But yeah, it's an old farmer trick. These are called primroses, and this one right here is these like pin needle flowers. This one is native to where I am. And the pioneers use these as tobacco sometimes, or for herbal medicines. This one right here are primroses. They can become pink or white like this, and they bloom around spring. And they're like at nighttime they glow in the moonlight, and bats can even drink nectar from them. Yeah, these things. I don't know if they're from daisies. They're definitely similar to daisies though. They're similar. Yeah. Hello, Ruby. All right. What is the future events influence aliens cause effect would operate in both directions? Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Well, basically, it would mean that time is like a loop. It's like a round loop. Yes, they glow in the moonlight. Oh, I definitely have a telepathy with a lot of different groups, and some people have telepathy with, like Mermaid, for instance. Shout out to her; she has a cool channel, Pools Rooms Mermaid, and she does lots of good, pools room games. So there's telepathy I have with her sometimes, and well, pretty much all the time actually. But so yeah, and there's other people that I've known that I've had telepathic connections with, where we kind of like think the same thing or something like that. So I do believe there's something like that there, you know, that does exist that may be underdeveloped. I mean, the concept between Voldemort and Harry Potter was something similar to that. I think Harry Potter actually, the type of magic they're talking about is a type of technology, I think, you know, that humans discovered in the past or present or future, whatever. So yes, I do agree that there has to be something like that with the telepathy. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Chris. Yeah, like and subscribe. Yeah. Oh yeah, nice that you missed the garden lives. Yeah, these are very fun to do. Over here we have some crazy looking vines. Yeah, it could be for survival reasons. Because I mean, think about trauma response. And maybe something happened, or we were programmed by something else, or by ourselves to block out certain things because of survival or fitting in. It could have been something as simply as fitting in with the others or their surroundings. Oh, thank you, Saw, for your feedback. You see, these seeds are hitchhikers. They'll go in your clothes and they'll be all over the place, and they go from one place to another. Oh, the movie Lucy. Yeah. The future's uncertain, and the end's always near. Yep. Yep. Yeah, yeah, that is true. Thank you, Pash, for this statistics. I knew there were native vines. I didn't know how many of them there were. Yep. By the way, these flowers are native to the state right here. The pioneers used them. This is something called a giant ragweed. The natives use these for herbal reasons and making bread, and they're good for like steaks, like putting steaks in the ground. And I'd say it's also good for lumber, for certain types of lumber. Like you could dry it out, and it's just some plant that grows. People cut down, but I found a use for it, and it was grown thousands of years ago. I could tell it was grown by somebody the way it looks. It was domesticated at some point, like corn. Arg. This plant is native to Africa right here. Oh no. Okay, Saw, I will do. All right, this plant is from Africa, by the way. Yeah, so passion. It would be. It can be used for cooking. Yeah, it can be used for cooking. Yeah. It came here during the, it's like it looks so much. Kind of looks like maple leaves, right? And we have them here. Oh, the okay. So the ragweed was like a hitchhiker. The pioneers and different settlers moved it around over time, and they used to use it for medical reasons and stuff like that. But then eventually, they didn't have a use for it anymore. So it just became like a something that grows in different parking lots and stuff. But I found a use for it. The okra plant right here came during the slave trade. This one. They brought it. The slaves brought it with them from Africa, and they grew them, and in their little farms and stuff. And then they got into the kitchens where they were at on the different plantations and stuff. And then it became like a southern thing. Oh yes, you have, Duke, definitely, and maybe you've tripped out a couple of times too. It's also a cousin of cotton, by the way. Cotton is another plant interesting to grow. But it, yeah. So this, it has flowers in it. Oh, you're tripping now. Oh, okay. Tripping all over the place with all that stuff in the suitcase. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, they have flowers and they produce the okra plant. The okra, it's like a vegetable. It's not a vegetable. It's like a vegetable. It is a vegetable actually. It looks kind of like a pickle. And they made the soups out of it, which is the gumbo that's famous. But yeah, that's how it's a type of broth. Yeah, but it's consumed in various different ways. Yeah. If a theory explains everything, does it explain why there is something instead of nothing? Or does the existence of something remain the one mystery that no one equation can ever fully capture? I don't know if it could ever fully capture it. But I'm not going to be dogmatic about it. There's exceptions to the rule, but I think there's always going to be a mystery or some other angle to look at something. Yes, that is true, Pash. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, arg. Okra Rama. Hilarious. Yeah. This plant is just native to America. And it just, the natives grew these things, these flowers. Right, and these are just regular tomatoes that like to grow here. I mean, I grew them, like I planted the seeds. Yeah. Oh, and these are some four-leaf clovers. We're lucky. That's so fascinating, Lori. Amen. That's a great sign. Wow. Which reality is real? The one that is real is the one that the person is in. So if person A is in reality 2, that's real. If person B is in reality 1, then reality is real. It depends on the perspective of the person in the dimension. You know, that would be my hypothesis, but I could be wrong. And this is some Dr. Seuss plant right here. That little flower thing, right there. Yeah, all of them or none of them. Yeah. It's like Inception. When he's spinning the top thing, he doesn't really know what's if it's really real or not, but he doesn't even care. He just lives the dimension he's in. These are from the Pacific Islands somewhere, and they brought them here 1900s or so. I don't know when exactly, but they brought them here at some point. A long time ago. But yeah, these are from the Pacific. You see, David, Lori is amazing. She's 5 Loris in one. I got the whole startup, the whole pack in one. Right. Which is pretty cool. And yeah, these are some more crazy looking vines. Yeah, elephant ear hype. Yeah. Look at that. It's a bug. That's a crazy looking, like a bee looking thing. It's like a, I don't know, like some sort of bumblebee looking thing, something like that. This tree is native to China. China, as Trump says. Thank you, Passion. I'll be streaming it. And when Ben Franklin was in China, he brought these seeds to the northern east part of the U.S. and spread all over the nation in like an invasive way. But yeah, it was brought over by him, and they changed colors. They yellow, orange, and purple, and fall. It's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool view right here. My pleasure, Pash. All right. It depends, Chris. There, it depends how much it feels, or to what length it's doing it. Right. If they could find a way to keep it on, or whatever is humane for the AI device is good, but if there's something else that is unnecessary or sinister about it, we would have to be cautious, especially if something became bad. Oh yeah, I have to go broadcast this trial, so I have to be really ending the stream anyway. But yeah, I'll be streaming that trial that we're talking about. So yeah, Lori, see you soon at some point. And by the way, it's starting to rain and get bad. They're still human, but they're very different than the ones on Earth. All right. So, all right, at this point, I'll be ending the stream because I have to do another stream. It's the Rosh trial. It's this dude that put his wife in a burn pit. I'm about to be streaming it. So, okay, chat. We'll see you at that trial. Yeah, you can make your verdict. Yeah, exactly. So, thank you all for coming. And this is a great garden stream. See you all in the next one. I don't know when it will be, but see you in the next one. Streamo Rama Rama. There's Duke. All right. Take care.